Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be my weekly watches. About the same as last week actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more than last week. I did 7 this week. It's a mix of things. It's mainly cinema, lots of cinema trips. Obviously the live stream on Monday sort of limits me. I did manage to watch one on Monday though. The fact that the last 2 weeks it has been like sort of Monday to Saturday instead of Sunday to Sunday to Saturday, sorry, like it usually is. But the next week should be back to normal because I'm recording this on Sunday, so it should be all fresh from next week. Maybe I don't think, I'll be honest, actually next week I might not have one up because it's the London Film Festival, which has started last Wednesday, and they show some selected films that are showing from the programme at one of my local independent cinemas. There was one showing last night. I actually drove into town to go to see it, and because it was a Saturday night at 7:30, I couldn't find anywhere to park, so I just had to turn around and come back home. But hopefully I won't have any problems. The rest of the week I've got one Tuesday, I've got one Thursday, I've got one Friday, and then I think there's 2 on Sunday next week, and that's it. And I've got one tonight as well. So yeah, should be fun. Look out for some short sort of reviews. I'm not going to do proper full-length videos for the films. I'll just post a quick short on the channel, just tell you what I thought about the film, what it's about, that sort of thing, because it's all sort of early reaction reviews types things, because none of these films will have been released yet over here, or some not even America yet. So yeah, I'll just give you my sort of initial thoughts when I do get around to filming that one. So yeah, like I said, 7 titles this week. They are, I won't say there's a mix of horror in there. I have tried to, I was at the start of the month quite firm that I wanted to do like 31 days of horror this year, but like I said, I've just not had the time to watch a film every night, so that's not worked out. And some nights I've just not felt like watching a horror film. I wanted to watch something sort of light, which I have done. So yeah, we're just gonna get straight on and I'll talk to you about what I watched in the last week. First up, I did mention this on the live stream last Monday, that I'd sort of started watching this again, and I do really enjoy it. Happy Death Day, directed by Christopher Landon, who also directed the sequel to this, Freaky, and this year's Drop, all which I find very entertaining. This is basically Groundhog Day, but with a slasher twist to it. Really fun film about a girl that wakes up on her birthday and she basically gets killed by this masked figure, but every time she gets killed she wakes up and has to relive the same day again, and she's basically trying to find out who's killed her and stop them. Really fun film, quite funny as well. It's definitely a horror comedy, I would say. The sequel's a lot of fun. I do need to grab that in the collection, and hopefully we will get a third one to sort of cap off as a trilogy. But yeah, Happy Death Day. If you like a good horror comedy, I'd highly recommend this. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's Happy Death Day. Next up, this is what I mean by light-hearted. I mean, I watched sort of 3 light-hearted films this week, so like I said, very split. Sam recommended this one to me. You won't have seen this yet. I did intend on putting up my pickups video last week. I think I'll leave that till Tuesday now. So I will, when I upload this one, I will try, if I remember, to schedule to upload that pickups video for Tuesday. And Dan in Real Life will be one of those pickups, which Sam recommended to me, said I'd enjoy it. I'm a big fan of Steve Carell, and this was, I think, his only lead film where he leads the film that I hadn't seen. There's a few other films that he's been in, but he's had more of a supporting role that I've not seen some of his earlier stuff. But I'm a big Steve Carell fan, and I really enjoyed this. It's got a great supporting cast as well. It's just a feel-good sort of dysfunctional type family film. You've also got Juliette Binoche, who's beautiful in this. You've got Dane Cook, Emily Blunt, Diane Wiest, John Mahoney. Is there any other names? There are others in here, but I can't think of names. Amy Ryan's got a very, very small role in this. But yeah, really just a nice, easy watch. I like these sorts of films, like family sort of comedy dramas. Steve Carell's really good in it. I think he's got pretty good chemistry with Juliette Binoche. It's basically about a man who has recently lost his wife. He's got three young, well, not young, but three daughters who he's trying to raise the right way. He writes this sort of column called Dan in Real Life for a newspaper. And they all go home to his parents' house for like a family gathering that they do every year. Whilst there, he goes off into town and he meets this woman who he instantly falls in love with, played by Juliette Binoche. He gets home, telling all his family about this woman that he's just randomly met and how he feels about her. And I'll leave it there. I don't want to go any further than that. It's a nice film. I do like this. I think Steve Carell's great. It's got good soundtrack. So yeah, one that I would definitely recommend. Dan in Real Life. Thanks, Sam, for recommending that one. Next up, one that I missed at the cinema earlier in the year and I picked up with one of my vouchers from Amazon last month or the month before. I was just in the mood to give this a watch, and it's a lot of fun. Not great, but it was fun. A Minecraft movie. Jason Momoa, Jack Black. Jack Black obviously steals the show in this, as does Jennifer Coolidge, who I think's got some really great scenes in this. It's a fun film. I used to play Minecraft when I was younger. I did kind of wonder how they would replicate that into a film, because they were going to do it for years. Funnily enough, Steve Carell was originally signed on to be in the one of the earlier drafts of the Minecraft movie. And kind of the way they did this, I think, is quite good. I did like the way they did this. It was funny. It's definitely more aimed for kids. In a way, I'm glad I didn't see it at the cinema because of the things that I heard were going on at the cinema, although I don't know if that was more of an American thing or not. But it's a fun film. It's sort of about four different people that come together. They get pulled through this portal into the Minecraft world, where Jack Black has kind of made a home for himself. He plays Steve, who is a character in the game, the only main character in the game. And it's sort of them going up against these creatures from another world and trying to save his world. And it was fun. It was a good family film. I read the other day, funnily enough, the day after I watched this, they announced that the sequel's coming out summer 2027. So I'd be interested. I'd definitely be up to see a sequel for this. So, but yeah, fun enough film. That's a Minecraft movie. Next up was a rewatch for me and an annual watch of one of my favourite horror films. I know this is also one of Sam's favourite horror films. It's, of course, John Carpenter's The Fog. Absolutely love The Fog. Obviously, Antonio Bay. You've got all these characters that come together. Jamie Lee Curtis, Adrienne Barbeau, Tom Atkins, Janet Leigh, just loads of people in this. John Houseman, of course. Yeah, and Hal Holbrook as the priest. Just a great sort of ghost sort of slasher kind of horror film from, it's 1980, 79, yeah, 1979. I was saying when I was watching this, the score in this is one of my favourite John Carpenter scores. It's so eerie and fits the tone of the film so well. Just the sense of dread throughout this film, and just the way that the fog kind of, I don't want to sound pretentious or anything, it's a character within itself, it really is. And they're basically celebrating, this little town is celebrating 100 years of existence, but 100 years ago something happened, which is the reason this fog's coming around. People are starting to get picked off one by one, something to do with a shipwreck and the ghosts of this shipwreck. And it's just such a fun, great little horror film. Clocks in at like 90 minutes literally. If you've not seen John Carpenter's The Fog, I highly recommend watching it this October, because it's a lot of fun and one that I wish I'd found earlier than I had. Don't bother with the remake from what I've heard. I'm not going to bother with it because I've heard it's garbage. But yeah, that's John Carpenter's The Fog. Next up, another one of Sam's recommendations, which you will see in the sort of delivery pickup video going up in the week. and that's Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, starring Michael Cera and Kat Dennings. It's a music sort of based love story. It's about two young people that don't know each other. You got Michael Cera's character, who's in a band. He's just split up from his girlfriend, who sort of was using him in a way. And he's been making her these like playlists that she just has been discarding. But unbeknownst to him, Kat Dennings' character, who's sort of not really friends, she goes to school with his ex, picks up these playlists, starts listening to them, and through the music sort of wonders who this guy is. One night in the city, they meet and they go on an adventure together, fall in love as you would expect from this sort of film, to great soundtrack. And yeah, it's just a lovely little film. Another one that's only an hour and a half, very easy watch, sort of late noughties teen rom-com that I thoroughly enjoyed, and one that will 100% be staying in the collection for me. That's Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. And then to round the week off, I had two rewatches. The first one was a rewatch of another one of my favourite horror films that I try and watch every year. Frank Darabont's incredible The Mist, Stephen King adaptation. Absolutely love this. Thomas Jane, Lauren Holly. You've got Jeffrey DeMunn, who's in pretty much all of Frank Darabont's films. I think he is in all of them, and he was in The Walking Dead. Marcia Gay Harden, Toby Jones, Andre Braugher. Just a stacked cast, really good film. Sort of similar to The Fog in a way. It's basically about, not fog, a mist that sort of envelopes this town, and a lot of the residents of this town are all sheltered in the local supermarket and are trying to fight for survival, find out really what's going on. It's very Lovecraftian, sort of the monsters that are in this film and the way that they're used. But it's really good. It's got a very bleak ending though. Extremely bleak. There is a black and white version of this which I've yet to watch, but be interested to see what that's like watching that version. But yeah, The Mist, if you've not seen this, another great sort of Stephen King adaptation that I can highly recommend. So yeah, that's The Mist. And last was a rewatch of the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I am attempting to get through the whole of this set this month. I'd only ever seen the first one before, so hopefully I'll get through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's New Nightmare as well. So I'll try and get through all of them. I've got still a sizable pile that I want to get through, and there's some that I will 100% be watching because there's some of my favourites that I watch every year, so they may take priority over this box set. But first Nightmare on Elm Street I'd seen before. It's a fun 80s horror slasher film with an iconic villain that is Freddy Krueger that attacks people in their dreams. It's Johnny Depp's first role. I wouldn't say it made him a star because it took a while for his career to get going even after this film came out. You've got Heather Langenkamp, who plays our main character Nancy. Just a really classic 80s horror slasher film. And like I said, I am interested in checking out the sequels now. So yeah, that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. So those are all of my watches in the last week. Let me know if you've seen any of those ones down below and what you think about them. Join me on our live stream tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It should be myself, Jim, hopefully Kenny, maybe Pete as well. Not everybody's confirmed yet. And I've also asked Roy, and I think he said that he was alright with it, and James, but he hasn't come back yet. So potential for quite a few different guests. Should be a fun night. Join us if you can. Leave a little comment, whatever. It's all appreciated. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Turn your notification bell on so you know when I have a new video uploaded to the channel. Comment down below anything and everything. As you know, I always take the time to get back to anyone that leaves me a comment because I really do appreciate it. And that is it. So until next time, everyone, take care. Goodbye.